am excited to dive in today because today I'm actually going to be sharing with you a little bit about an event I went to last week, which I am so excited to share more about. If you've ever heard of Shaklee, that was the event I went to. Had no idea going in what I was getting myself into. It was an invite actually by a dear friend, a dear mentor who has been around with me for almost 2 years, who actually helped me launch a podcast, Jessica Bergio. So I'll be coming on to share more about all the things about this company, what intrigued me, what stood out, because I think it's something that all of us can learn from, and also the learning of how to really align yourself with potential clients, potential opportunities, all of those things. But what I want to focus on today actually is this idea of leading from the front and leading from the back. And to kind of give you a little backstory, the Monday before the event started, I actually got to go to I don't know, you can call it like a 1 day retreat, basically a 1 day workshop. It was 3 hours long, and I got invited because of Jess, and she had already joined the company as an ambassador, and Emily Ford is her kind of like one step up mentor for the business, but also she's just working with her in general on personal branding. And I got so excited because I got to be a part of this workshop too. And I had no idea, again, going in what I was doing, but I had said yes to this spontaneous trip to Chicago. I got on a plane and I went. And during this workshop, we did the this or that game, if you want to call it, where if you're like, you prefer coffee or tea, you stand on one side of the room for coffee and the other side of the room for tea. And we went through a bunch of different things. One of those being the questions they asked was, do you lead from the front or do you lead from the back? And me immediately, immediately walked over to lead from the back because that's what I've always done. I've been in the back end and the operations. I've been in the back end of the events. I'm always the one leading from the back, which is a really good thing, and you need that. And then we started going through all of these worthy and unworthy kind of reflections. So what makes you feel worthy? What makes you feel unworthy? And then we went and did a fun little group challenge game, and then came back together, and at the end we went through and reflected. And as I was reflecting, I kind of initially, when we did the lead from the front, lead from the back, and I went straight to lead from the back, had a moment where I was like, oh, this is true for me, and I don't know if I like this anymore. And then we went through all these other reflections and games and opportunities with one another to reflect and journal. And what came from that was the question about what is a truth that you want to take with you now after this, and leaving the room and into the event, but obviously just into everything. And I wrote down that I want to start speaking up. I want to start leading from the front. And I got butterflies. My chest kind of was like that. It's not the tightness of yes, there's some fear and definitely ooh, what does that even fully mean? What does that even mean for me? And I've actually sat with that, and I had someone else ask me since then, what does leading from the front mean? And what does leading from the back mean to you? And for me, it was that I was a leader, but on the back end of things, I was the one supporting the other leaders and business owners really in making things happen and bringing those visions to life and supporting the growth and scaling of the business. And then now I want to lead from the front. Now I want to step up and use my voice and speak and share my point of view, share my story, and get to lead in my purpose, get to lead in my mission and be the one ahead. That does not mean I'm never going to lead from the back, because we have to be aware, because we know there's moments where you need to be leading from the back and there's moments where you need to be leading from the front. But I really want to step into this discomfort of leading from the front and paving my own way and going after my own dreams and passions. And I, quote unquote, if you're on YouTube, you'll see my fingers, I've done that. And I really haven't. I've always stayed in my safe bubble behind the scenes, not the face fully of anything. And probably this podcast is the one thing that I've been the face of. And now In my fractional work, I'm ready to speak up. I'm ready to truly lead as the fractional COO who is not the company business themselves, but I'm my own business owner. I'm my own CEO, and lead with that, and lead with my story, lead with my passion and my purpose to really bring people along with me who I know I can impact. So with all that being said, I challenge you to sit back and reflect, like, immediately, that first initial thought, that's your intuitive hit. Are you leading from the front or are you leading from the back? And it's okay, remember, both ways. We need people in both areas. And then ask yourself, though, are you happy? Does this excite you? What does it mean to you to lead from the back? What does it mean to you to lead from the front? And I really want you to just sit and reflect and give yourself space, give yourself stillness. Don't just jump in, but sit and journal for 5-10 minutes, because something will come through for you. And I honestly still have even more to process around this to understand where all this is coming from me. But I had to share this because I'm 1 week out. I'm recording this right after, within the week of going to this event and being a part of this workshop. And it was a huge realization for me. And now I want to bring that awareness to you too. So if you have any reflections that you want to share, of course, hit me up in the DMs, send me a message. I would love to hear your voice or a text on what came through for you. And also, if you think someone else needs to hear this, someone else might need to hear a little of my story, but also a little bit of kind of this push to figure this out for themselves and reflect themselves, then please share the episode with them as well. I am just so grateful for you listening in, and I will see you next time on the podcast.